The Brian emojis. That's what Bailey said. We'll just wait for everyone. I don't know if anyone's here yet.
Yeah, I don't know. But we're here.
Bailey's here.
Bailey's here. Simply made by hand. Hi, Bailey.
Hi, Bailey. I don't know how.
Nobody else here yet?
I don't think so.
Or they're here.
I mean,
they're just being quiet.
Brooke is monitoring us.
They're being quiet. Brooke is, yes.
She's making sure that we behave.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Tiffany Smith says hi.
Hi, Tiffany. All right.
How's it going?
Okay.
That was Bailey.
Oh my. Brooke is in the chat tonight. Woo woo.
Brookie.
Brookie.
Hey, Brookie.
It must be nice to have a break from live streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
All right. Well, if you are new here, who are you guys? That's Bailey. Oh my, nice one. If you are new here, I am Danielle.
And Brian.
And we are the parents of 10 awesome children.
Yes, we're the large family homestead parents.
You don't see me very much. You
Nope.
see you
Yeah,
sometimes.
me once in a while, but I'm usually busy doing homestead stuff and
Yeah.
taking care of cows
And work.
building things and work. Yeah, we have run a couple different businesses other than the homestead.
Yeah.
So something has to pay for the homestead because the homestead doesn't pay for
It's
itself.
not cheap. That's
I
for
wished
sure.
it did. I wish that the homestead paid
That
for
would be
itself.
lovely.
But, and, you know, I guess we probably could sell things, but, you know, we did the homestead so we could have our own food grown here on the farm or the homestead. So,
Well, Tiffany, we're just glad you're here. And look,
Hello.
Em's here too. You're not late. We didn't do anything.
Hey, yep. Yeah, we're not doing anything.
No.
Nothing. Not yet. Not doing nothing yet.
Waiting on questions. Who has a question for us? You
Yeah.
guys got me on the live stream,
Right.
so ask your
Yep.
questions. Wait a minute, where am I? Hey, Scotty.
Hey, brother.
Is Karen with you tonight? Oh, there's Dan too. You're all coming to see
Hey,
us.
Dan.
Do you guys have a donkey?
We do not have a donkey.
There's no donkey.
I talked about it though, about getting a donkey.
Yeah,
But we heard they're a lot of work.
they are. They
We
eat a lot.
heard that, yeah. Well, no, not that. You have to,
They eat a lot.
yeah, but you have to do something with them too.
I don't know what you have to do with a donkey, but to me, a livestock guardian dog seems like a cheaper option.
We don't have to do a lot with a donkey? How come we don't have one?
No, I'm not getting a donkey.
They're low maintenance.
Can I rent a chicken from you? Sure, we have plenty.
Rent a chicken. Yeah, you gotta see Brookie for that.
We'll start a rent a chicken business.
Rent a chicken.
I feel like we have a new garden bed business going on right now.
Yeah.
You've pretty much been doing garden beds nonstop
Well,
with the boys.
I'm not building them. I was hired for free to tear down pallets. So that's my new job right now.
How does it feel to be their intern?
You know what? I'm behind the scenes. They're on the front lines building the pallets. So I just got them all started in the right direction and helped them out with some production issues that we had in the beginning.
Yep.
And now we're pumping them out. Actually, they are. I'm just getting the wood off the pallets, and then they take it from me and just go to town with it. Like, I don't really even do anything. And that's hard for me because, you know, I like to have my hands in it, you know, to make it better.
So it's hard to see the comments like this, and we're not used to this. So I'm reading them off of the phone too.
Yep.
So we missed here. M said that Malachi 16 wants a donkey.
Yeah, I seen that.
And Tiffany, they have a donkey.
Oh, cool.
And M wants to know, have you started seedlings like peppers and tomatoes yet?
Are we allowed to ask questions?
Inside.
We have started our seedlings inside. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, we have some tomatoes going back there. I know. Brookie and Joshua like to do that stuff. I don't get involved.
Patrick and M are now having a public disagreement in the chat.
Oh. What's the disagreement?
About if they have something to do.
If they have something to do.
Kids.
Oh. Nice.
Karen is here now.
Hello.
And let's see. No, we don't know any NBA players. Sorry, we don't watch sports.
No sports. Who has time for sports?
We don't
when
have
you
time
have a
for
homestead. Well,
Oh, the garden kitchen with Tracy. I think we were watching her make bread this morning, weren't we, Brooke? Yes.
Maybe.
Were we watching you make bread this morning? I think we were. Where are the kids? Was there a budget cut for them? If there was, Joshua would have to go first. I think he eats the most.
Yeah, totally. Non-stop.
If it was like large family survivor, Joshua would be voted off first.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he eats too much.
Yep. He does. Yep. Joshua likes his food, but he's 15.
Yes.
You know, what 15-year-old kid working the farm, right?
Yeah, he works
Is not. He
pretty
works,
much nonstop anymore.
He is a hard worker. He loves work. That's the good thing. It's a good thing.
Run with the bull. Scotty said you do play Run with the Bull.
Yeah, I play that once in a while. Yeah.
Oh, more often than you
Yeah.
care to admit.
Yeah. You probably see me run around the shelter in that time. Huh?
Yeah, we're very grateful we never bought a full-size bull, because that would have been...
man, I'm telling you.
It's enough with the little bull.
That little guy, he is enough. He's a handful.
And it's good he was so cute when he was little, because
Yeah.
it would be hard to
You know what?
ever get rid of him. He was so cute.
I love little Moo.
Yeah.
He's great to have around, and he's really just protecting his herd.
He is.
He really is. If he thinks that I'm doing anything that I shouldn't be with the herd, he lets me know.
He's doing his job.
Yeah, he lets me know. And
He's
it's-
actually really good
it's
with
okay.
them.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't that long ago that we had one of the girls wasn't feeling well and we didn't know it, and he was trying to bring our attention to it, and it was good because we caught it in time
Right.
and got it taken care of, and we probably wouldn't have known if he hadn't.
No.
He was a very good bull.
We may not have known that she was not feeling well,
Yep.
and we got right on top of it.
Yeah.
He is a great bull.
He is a great bull.
Yep, he
He's
is.
worth every headache and worry.
He is. Yep. I am so glad we have him over there. It makes me feel much better about having my cows over there because they're not really that close to the house. And at night, you really don't know what's going on over there, but he takes care of things.
So Dan wants to know, when you have family disagreements, name the 5 things that are the most common issues. 3 things. I said 5. It's 3.
Ooh. 5?
When we have family disagreements.
That's a good question.
Well, the children, their biggest issue when there is a disagreement is that someone didn't do something that they said they were going to do.
Yeah, that's
So that'll be a mediating
That's
issue.
a big one. Yeah, I asked him to do this, and he's
they
not
didn't do
doing
that.
it.
And
right.
we've, let me just touch on that one a little bit more real quick.
Yep.
Because we have found that a lot of anger and resentment can come from someone saying that they're going to do something and not doing it. And so that's something that we work really hard on in our house.
Yeah.
If we say we're going to do something,
including us, like we
have to do it. And Brian and I are not immune to
Yeah.
that. We ask the children often, have we done everything that we said we were going to do? Because we
Right.
don't want any lingering hurts
Yeah.
if we forgot to do something.
And I want to be a man of my word. When I tell you I'm going to do something,
Yeah.
we do it.
So other disagreements in the house. Boy.
Well, I mean, we have 3 boys, so sometimes I'm thinking like there's a lot of pride issues.
They
going
are
on,
at an
and-
odd age, the 3 boys.
Yeah, so
There's more testosterone flowing than in some other homes probably.
Yeah, I'm trying to put a finger on. I know the answer to these questions, but I just can't.
I don't think there's a lot of disagreements in our house. I mean, when you
there's
live
not a
in
ton
an
of them.
RV for so many years in such a small space, we really worked out how to deal with conflict,
Right.
how to get it before it becomes a big issue.
Yeah.
And that's really continued even after having a home.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Somebody wants to do something one way, and somebody wants to do something another way. So, trying to decide sometimes, would you agree, can be difficult. When, especially,
Yeah, there's two different ways
that
to do
came up with the
something.
boys for me.
Yes.
That was the pride thing, because it's
Right.
like, no, we have to do it my way. No, we have to do it my way, because
Right.
my way's better.
Right.
Everybody's way is better. So sometimes we just have to sit down and decide
Yeah.
whose way would work better, because sometimes.
Yes.
And then sometimes we've already tried the other way, and it's like, no, that doesn't work.
So
tried that
Tiffany
way,
asked, you
so-
lived in an RV with a large family. Okay, so sort of.
No, well, it was
Our
large.
older kids lived in an RV. So we left Pennsylvania when Sam was just a few days old.
Yep.
And we lived in the RV for 5 years working with the homeless full time.
Right.
And so that would have been, Sam was our fourth child.
Yep.
So we started with 4 children and we ended when we had our 8th.
Right.
So from 4 children to 8 children, we did live in an RV. I don't remember how many feet it was.
I thought it was 7. It was Becca.
Oh, Becca's not 8. She's 7.
Yeah.
7 children.
Right.
I'm
7
sorry.
children.
I can't
Yep.
count.
Yep.
But how
That's
many?
amazing that I caught that.
How many feet was the RV?
It was a 35 foot, 34 and a half. If you want to
Yeah.
get technical, it's 34 and a half foot RV.
Yeah.
So it was tight, but let me tell you that was one of the most rewarding 5 years in our life.
Rewarding and sanctifying all at the same time.
We called it the sanctification incubator.
Incubator.
Yes,
We've always
yeah.
called the RV our sanctification incubator.
Yes, because it just, everybody was in this little box.
You had to work out your problems.
And we were serving people at the same time, so
Yes.
it was
It was
challenging,
good for us.
but we miss it often.
Oh, so much we miss it.
often.
Not living like that, but
just,
the lessons from that, the constant relying on the Father,
right.
it's just so much that we miss today. So the point I was getting to was that our older children live that way, and then the lessons learned from it have been passed down to the younger children.
Yep.
They haven't experienced life like
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah, it was good.
it was good for us.
It was good. And, sometimes I think it was as good or better for us than it was for the people that we were serving, because we
Yes.
often say, wow, how much we learned,
Yes.
doing that, why we were serving people. But, I mean, we thought like it was for them, and then sometimes we say,
Yeah.
well, maybe that was, enough, as much for us, too.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I'm not catching all the chat. I'm sure Brooke will catch whatever I miss, but
Yep.
I think that was why there was some insinuation the other day in a video that Brooke had done that, she got to where she is because she was privileged somehow, and that she has more advantages than other children did, and that's just not true.
No.
That's just not true at all.
True. No.
So, I just want to set that out there, Mama
Yeah.
Bear and me Brooke lived in a tiny RV during her childhood and spent her days, other than schooling, working with homeless people. So there's no privilege in Brooke's life that she feels entitled or...
Well, and I added to that Brooke is self-taught most of her stuff. Like we got her in the right direction, and then she just took off.
Right.
She taught herself guitar, and she taught herself YouTube, and she is just she teaches us a lot.
She teaches us so much.
I mean, about
So
I
much.
did the Master Gardener course with her, but every day, like, I learned from her.
Yeah.
She is a wealth of information. So
She gets horrible comments, Bailey. She does. She gets some really nasty comments, and she has some tough skin to put up with that. I'm telling you, I couldn't. I definitely could not be doing YouTube all the time because people are just not nice.
Yeah.
So they just aren't.
Yeah, they're not, but
No.
it is what it is.
It is.
We knew that was coming along with being in front of a large audience. So.
Yeah.
Dan wants to be a moderator.
You can't.
Dan wants to be a moderator.
You can't keep everybody happy.
You're never going to make everybody happy.
We've learned that from living in a house with 12 people. It just not everybody's going to be happy all the time.
Nope.
And it is what it is.
And the thing about Brooke is, you know, she's even had comments about, you know, that she shouldn't be teaching people because she's so young. And I just want to tell you that I want to carefully choose my words, but the older women, and I mean older women through Texas Master Gardener, call Brooke for advice and support. So it's not just us. She gives a lot of people great wisdom and guidance. And I'm going to say the same thing I said the other day. Anyone that doesn't want to learn from Brooke can just choose a different channel. I mean, it's not that hard.
It's that easy. Just change it. Just change the channel.
Yeah, go to a different channel then.
But Brooke is just, she's amazing. And she's been such a huge asset to have here on the farm. Because I'll tell you, when one of the cows gets sick or something happens, we all get together. Me, Brooke, Danielle, a lot of times Joshua too.
Right.
And we'll get together and brainstorm, and sometimes we do well, and sometimes we make mistakes. So
yeah, we do.
We are far from perfect.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. So, what other questions? Let's see. Did I miss anything? Oh, M said, I saw a neat quote today. You don't know if you are happy if you haven't done without. That is so true. So true.
Yep.
I would love to tell y'all stories of RV time because I'll tell you one. I'll tell you the one that always gives me the chills real quick because now you got me started. See, this is why you don't invite me on a live, people. So we were in Arizona and we always scouted out areas to work with the homeless ahead of time, and then we pray about it and do all that. And we were in Arizona and we found this community of like 100 homeless. And if you've ever worked with the homeless, you know that a lot of times they're not the ones like on the street asking for money. They're normally hidden. They don't like to be found. Right. And so we found like 100 people. It was like this huge community that we had found. Yeah. And we were financially not well at the time. Nope. I mean, we lived, you know, we had sold our business, but they paid us monthly. And we made $700 a month during that time. And so at the end of that month, we were like, it was tight, you know, $700. So we had been pulling a 24-foot trailer behind us. We didn't have a car or anything.
Trailer,
so we would pull a 24-foot trailer behind us, and we had everything that we needed for those people except for food. Yep. Like we had all the clothing you could think of, all the water, all the backpacks, the Bibles,
and we had
everything.
like little bags of chips, and they were all eating the chips and the stuff we had.
We didn't get there yet.
Right.
So we were still debating.
I'm just saying
we don't have food.
Right.
And so we were praying like, Father, we want to go help them. And I know that these things that we have would help them, but what about food?
Right.
And we felt at peace to go anyway. And so we go to the park and we're talking to them and we're handing them all these supplies that we can. And I look over in the parking lot and there's this elderly man, I'd say like 60, 70, older, not elderly, but older.
Did you say that they were all asking?
Yeah, they were all asking for food.
They were all,
right?
That's what I was saying. We were handing out these little bags of chips and stuff. That's all we had.
I'm practically crying because I'm like, I don't have any food and I feel so bad, right? Yeah. And so I look over in the parking lot and there's this guy. And he's just like looking around, and it's a bad area. And this guy was way out of place, okay? Right. So I go over and I'm like, hey, you know, do you need help? Are you lost? And he goes, I don't know. He's like, look, I'm laying in bed last night. And the Father said, go take food down to this park. And I'm like, why would I take food down to this park? And I start literally just,
She's like
lose
bawling,
it. I'm
crying.
bawling everywhere, right?
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
jaw drop, like,
the
huh?
father told you to bring food because we didn't have any.
Right.
And so he went and
Yeah.
got
He got 100 hamburgers. He said, how many hamburgers would I need to feed all these people? And we were like, oh, there's a lot of people, probably 100.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll be back. He brought back 100 hamburgers and popped his trunk and just started handing out hamburgers to everybody.
And
it was cool.
the 5 years on the road was always like that.
Yeah, that was just one of many stories.
Yeah.
That one was just really amazing.
Yeah.
But we got to see him work like that
Always.
all the time. That's why we miss it. It's
Yeah.
like we got to see him work. Whereas when you're here and you're on the homestead and you have a house and you're just living the normal life, I mean, as normal as it could be here,
Right.
you don't just get to actually see things like that as often.
Right.
So, and they're just really faith building times.
Right. So that was like a faith foundation for us almost.
Yeah.
Like when we're struggling with something today, we're always going, remember when? Remember when? And isn't that sort of what the Bible tells us to do? Like, remember.
Everything's a remembrance of what he did.
Right, right.
What he does for us.
Correct.
On a daily basis.
Oh, Samuel gave us a donation. Thank you, Samuel. That was so kind.
Thank you.
I'm sure I missed so much, but I was into that story, so I'm
Yeah.
sure Brooke's getting it.
They
Don't
want you
rely
to
on.
go vertical live.
Oh no!
next
Right.
time.
No, no.
I told
Why?
them that you. I told them that you would.
Do you
so.
see how many trolls there are on Vertical Lives?
Yeah, Brookie. Hey, Brookie's on top.
Rohir Track
Brookie
said
doesn't
that
let anything
oldest
go.
daughters are in a group of their own.
Yes.
She said that Jolie is very much like me.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Tiffany shared that she was homeless at 13.
Oh yeah. We just still, even though we have a home now, we don't stop working with the homeless. We don't come on here and go like, hey guys, guess what we're doing? Because we're just not that kind of people. But our heart is still very much with homeless. I mean, without getting too deep, Brian was homeless before he met me. So there is, a passion there. So
Yeah.
thank you, Karen. Why is Dan crying?
He wants to be moderator. He said, well, I'm at the control board. Because I'm sitting here.
Oh boy. All right.
You won't get
chanting.
it. You won't get anywhere with Brookie crying.
No, Brookie's not going to change her mind because you keep kicking
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry.
I met Karen when I was homeless, and we've been together for a very long time now. Yes, you guys told me that on the phone the other day. Yes.
Yep.
I
We
was
just
telling-
learned that about y'all.
I was telling the children that.
Yeah.
Why are there more trolls on Vertical? Because the video shows up in the Shorts feed.
Yeah,
And so when people are on the Shorts feed, they're scrolling through.
Yep.
Just
And they'll just stop.
trying to
just
be jerks.
Bother you.
So you get a lot more views on a Vertical because there's a lot of people you don't know. So you do that when you want to
Get more reach.
and get more followers. But if you want to do something with just your people, it's better to go horizontal. And that's what we wanted. We just wanted to do our own.
Sorry, I was reading that.
Yes, Karen and Scotty do have a homeless ministry called The Rest Stop. So that's up in Massachusetts for those of you that are interested in that.
Good stuff, brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're all called to do something, right?
Yep.
So
We are.
I raised 10 children.
Yeah.
I do more than that.
Yeah, our ministry changed when we had 8 kids, 9 kids, 10 kids. You have to decide what's more important sometimes, and we have a ministry of our own right here. It's called Raising 10 Children.
It is.
Yep.
They're our first priority.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because we're getting ready to send all them out into the world.
Yeah.
So they need to be prepared.
Yep.
So we're prepping them. We're getting them ready to go, fight that war.
Did you say 12 or 10?
10. I said, did I say 12?
I don't know.
10.
Why does Bailey say I
10
raised 10 children? What? Large family.
Bailey is babysitting right now.
Yeah, she's in with all the children right now.
She's in with 9 of them.
No, she's not in with 9 of them. Brooke's out here.
That would be 8, Dad.
That's 8.
She's
Honey,
at-
do you need
okay,
help with
okay,
math?
Okay. Anyways.
Oh. Large
but
family Homestead baseball team.
We get a lot of help from our boys now. They're getting older, so it's getting easier.
Yeah.
It's getting easier as the boys get into their, the teens. Joshua's starting to help out a lot more.
Yeah, with house repairs and all that manly man stuff.
All the stuff I did.
Yep.
By myself.
And opening jars. Do you know how many times I call a teenage boy in the kitchen in a day to open a jar?
So.
That's what I was saying. I was laughing. Oh, okay.
We only need one more for a soccer team, Mom.
Oh, there you go. I know why I keep forgetting your lives. Tiffany said this is the time I put my chickens to bed. Aw. I think Brooke's lives are normally at 5. They used to be at 6. Then it got dark earlier, so then she moved it to 5.
Yeah, we'll probably move it.
But we'll probably move it back to 6.
Back up a little bit.
Because we try and milk every 12 hours. Right now it's every 11.
Right, and that's another reason that you don't see me as much, because we stopped that for a while because it was just cold and winter, and I changed my milking schedule to mornings.
Yeah.
So I'm over there every morning.
M says, I wish we were close by and could work days together once in a while. That would be such a blessing. We are going. I don't know if you ever make the trip to Texas, you and your girls, but we just paid to go to the Surge Women's Conference. It's south of us, so it'd be a drive for you, M. But we've been there. This is their 4th year.
We were there the first 2 years.
We were there the first 2 years. We didn't get to make it last year because of other things going on, but it's a amazing 3-day experience for women in the belief. And so you should look at that. I think we're going to be putting up a video.
Yeah, we are, but I was talking to the woman that runs it, and she said that they're out of on-site rooms, and she's setting up off-site rooms probably next week. She said she would let me know, and then that's when I'm going to do my video for them.
Okay.
I think she said 12 minutes away or something.
It's called Surge, yes.
12 minutes away the rooms are now.
Surge.
They're not right on
I can
site.
send you the link to it then.
Yeah. It's good, and they come back and they'll teach me all kinds of stuff. So
it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Yep, and we'll continue the studies when they get home from Surge.
So Samuel has a question.
Yep.
He said, in the upbringing of them, did you limit screen internet access because it shows and the fruits of their works are blossoming? So in the RV, we had no screens. None.
Nothing.
I think even for maybe the first year, and this was for us too, we wanted to personally get really grounded in the faith. Mm-hmm. We didn't grow up in the faith. So we wanted to get grounded. We wanted to get stronger in our beliefs. So we did without any screens, and we got rid of the internet. We had no internet, so we couldn't even get on the computer and do anything.
Nope.
If we had something that we needed to do, like email or something, we'd go like once a week to like a Wi-Fi hotspot, right?
Yep.
I think if I remember.
Yeah.
And
we had to use Wi-Fi hotspots in the beginning,
And so after we felt like we had a firm foundation, then we started introducing more technology, but very, very carefully. We don't allow any computers in private places.
No, they have. There's nothing in especially their bedrooms. We do have internet access in the home because we do run businesses here, so we have to have internet access.
Yeah.
But it is very closely monitored. I used to be in IT. Actually ran an internet technology corporation for years in Pennsylvania, so we're super on top of the internet and what is coming in through that little line, because that thing can be really dangerous or it can be really good depending on what you're allowing through.
Yeah.
So
we're still very cautious. Our girls have phones because they both have an online job.
Right.
Our boys have no phone.
None.
Even Joshua is 15.
We're not ready yet to do anything like that.
I mean, without getting too personal, I think that we have felt that surely there can be issues with girls, but there's more to be worried about with boys.
Right.
And it's our duty to protect them.
Yep.
And so we take that very strongly.
Yeah. I'm responsible for them until they move out of the house. That's the way I look at it. When they live under my roof, they're living underneath me. So
yeah,
anything that happens here, I look at myself and say, you know, I need to watch that. I need to protect them from that. I need to, so.
What is going on with the beard? I see random comments about beards.
Yes, I know. Dan said to have a fundraiser to shave Dad's beard off.
Oh yeah, you won't ever get rid of his beard.
Bro here tried.
Not happening.
Agreed with us.
Yeah. No, not happening.
That's funny.
I've had this beard for, what, about 13 years?
Now, WX Watcher, I'm not sure if we know their name, but said, this has been a blessing. Thank you so much for your ministry. Dad passed away 10 years ago when he was a pastor for more than 40 years. He was saved on Easter Sunday in 1970 while serving in the U.S. Navy. Wow.
I agree, Samuel. Never shaved the beard.
Never
but
shaved
that's
the beard.
great.
Yeah, that's really a blessing.
That is.
Yeah.
That is.
We, you know how we started going to church? It's the funniest story. Is when our girls were babies, little babies. Bailey was like tiny baby. And we were like, you know, neither of our parents really taught us anything about any faith, and we should just go explore things and let our children see all that's available. And that didn't last long before we realized that there was one way to do things for us anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not putting our beliefs on other people.
Yep.
And we did. Actually, Brian studied all the religions very intensely because he wanted to be able to know, like, how do I say to someone like, hey, this isn't right about your belief, you know, this isn't.
Yep.
How do you have to know other people's belief systems if you're going to have a conversation with them about what is the right way.
It's good. Yeah, it's good to know what's going on in their mind and to be able to talk to them and know that you can relate to them.
Right.
And that you have actually looked into and studied some of their
And I remember
beliefs.
shortly after him studying like the Jehovah's Witnesses, some showed up at our house, and I am pretty sure that they left so fast that day that one of them left their jacket behind.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they didn't have any answers for us that we were looking for, so we knew the right questions to ask the Jehovah's Witnesses, so we invited them in for a Bible study.
I don't think they probably get that very often. But yeah.
No, we welcomed them in, but they couldn't leave fast enough.
One gentleman
we were
was
nice about it.
Very
We
fast
just,
to leave.
you know, if you're gonna sit down with us, you better be able to answer the hard questions, really, because we're honest people, and we'll ask the hard questions.
We will. But you have to.
But we don't mind people asking us those
Ask
questions.
us hard questions.
That is why we're sitting here now. You can ask us anything. We are honest people. We will tell you the truth.
So many of our beliefs today have come because people were brave enough to ask us hard questions.
Right.
And force us to study and learn and figure things out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we've had some life-changing Bible studies, especially on the road. And I can remember one, and we'll talk about that maybe another time. But and we met somebody in California, and man,
it was a divine appointment.
Hit us over the head with truth.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, like, totally changed our direction.
Now, Samuel said, of course, as adults, they're going to explore on their own, but you fully prepared them to be conscious spiritual individuals rather than victims of society.
Right.
And I would say we already encourage them to explore.
Yeah.
I want to see them do that while they're in the safety of our home.
Right.
And have someone to say, well, let's look at this. And what about this? You know, I don't want to wait till they're older to do that.
No, and our children, as they get older, they challenge us on things. They'll say, hey, you know, we'll be doing a Bible study, and they'll say, hey, what about this? And sometimes we're like, what about that? Let's look into that a little more. Let's study that a little more. And sometimes we realize maybe we're not right about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always open to people showing us something we may be doing wrong, believing wrong,
for sure.
whatever.
We just had one the other day, and I don't, want to get too deep into like Bible study, but even one of our little kids had wanted to do a study on a particular word, and we looked up this word and found out like, oh wow, there's more to that than what we had thought. So it's good to we challenge our children to bring all questions and ideas to us.
Absolutely. And y'all the same too.
Scotty said, I have a Christian Standard Bible, but I purchased a giant print KJV waiting for it to be delivered.
Cool.
Giant ones are good. Dan wants to know, have prices gone up drastically for your animals and your personal spending? Yes. Really bad.
Crazy amount.
Yeah.
We're feeling it.
I think it's not only that our spending has gone up, but because Brian runs a business that relies on other people's spending, our income has gone down at the same time. So
then we have more than one stream of income, which is good. So hopefully some of the other streams of income will increase as some decrease and kind of balance things out a little bit.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know what direction.
I did see, though, the local livestock auction posted their prices, and the prices themselves of cows right now was actually pretty low.
Yeah, well, I think because people are having a hard time coming up with money right
There's
now.
An abundance of animals being sold at the auction.
Yeah.
Which is normally a bad sign of feed prices being too high.
So while people are trying to sell their animals for money, the people there buying them don't have a lot of money either, so the prices kind of go down, because we've seen that in another business that I run, that prices are kind of on a downward slope right now. And I don't know if it's because it's just after Christmas and before income tax. That's usually a slow time for everybody. Everybody just spent their money on the holidays, and they're waiting for that big check. So hopefully when that big check comes in the next couple weeks, people will start spending money again.
And I just want to clarify, Scotty, that was water that I just drank, not moonshine, as you accused me of having before.
Was it? No.
I have to be honest.
We don't.
About the ball jars.
Oh, is it because I drank from a ball jar?
We are not drinkers.
And people have accused me of drinking moonshine on live streams.
Yeah.
Bailey should make crochet Bible covers and sell them. That's a great idea, Dan.
She should.
All right. M says, it's tight here too. It's wild. Our health food store is getting to be a better place on things than some other stores. Yeah.
Better price.
Right.
Yeah.
So
better price.
That's what I was talking about how things are,
Yeah.
Hopefully things will balance out for us. That's why, we always stress multiple streams of income.
Yes.
Because you never know what's going to happen to one.
M said this is our slow time of year, but it does feel slower than years past. I agree with that.
Okay,
It's
good.
been definitely slow for us.
Well, that's good. That makes me feel better when somebody, can chime in and say, yeah, we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
Things are just on a downward turn right now, and that's okay.
Yeah. We don't see the big picture, so.
We have faith in our Father that He is in control.
Always.
He's in control of it all.
Yep.
So.
There's nothing we can do different.
Yep. We don't have to ride the wave. We just need to stay focused on Him.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get better at that. Not riding
it's
the
always
wave, the crazy.
It's always a lesson every time.
Yeah, because when we were younger, we'd ride the wave,
Bailey says, be careful when drinking out of ball jars on live streams. Okay. Did not know.
Yeah.
Now I got it.
We are not drinkers.
No.
That was part of the reason I was homeless. So I don't touch it anymore.
Yes. No.
I mean, I could probably say I'm about 99.9% sure you will never see a drink in my hand again.
Yeah, so, and I grew up in a home of addicts, so I don't drink
it's not
either.
appealing to me anymore. I mean, it caused a lot of problems, lots of problems in my life. So, I can't do that in moderation, I found out. So,
yeah.
just something.
That is our Facebook for garden beds.
Yes. Or something else.
No, it's garden beds.
Yeah, we sell a few things.
Dan, new YouTube channel coming soon. Mom and Dad Bible study. Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you have a slower time of
Who
year?
said that?
That was Dan.
Dan?
M wants to know if we have a slower time of year. I think in previous years, well, Brian mainly, his main business is he sells cars. He has a used car dealership.
Yep.
And so I think in years before, it was towards the end of the year where it was slower, no?
Well,
like fall?
it through like the last couple months of the year and the first couple months of the year are just slow. Income tax time, that's why I was saying income tax time next couple weeks. Things should be, and I don't know, I mean, I can't tell, but things should be booming. That's one of the best times of the year. Everybody's getting their income tax money, and
Yeah.
but I mean, we can get busy any time of the year. It depends on if people need cars or not, really, and
Yep.
what the Father's sending our way. But we had a better year than that.
Yeah.
Last year, so it always starts off slow though.
Yeah.
Always starts off slow.
What is dinner tonight? Well, we already ate. We've been eating earlier. It's been working. So we swapped up. We used to have dinner later, but the kids were always so hungry at like 3 every day. They were so hungry. And so we said, let's flip-flop things around. So now we've been doing dinner at like 3:30. This is a newer thing, but it's been working really good.
Yeah.
We've been doing dinner at like 3:30, which is good because we eat a very early breakfast and a very early lunch.
Yep.
And then they just snack at like 7, like a small snack, like I'll make popcorn or something.
Yep.
And it's been nice because dinner's all cleaned up by like 4. The kitchen's clean, everything's clean, and the kids aren't like digesting a big meal at bedtime, and so it's worked out really, really well.
Fantastic.
But the question was, what was dinner? Dinner was a stir fry. So I had some ground beef and zucchini and onion and carrot. I put that in the Dutch oven, and we ate it over rice. It was that simple.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. Samuel has been calling Joshua the Homestead Tycoon. He'd like him to start a channel. And of course that goes right to Joshua's head. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Joshua is a sweet guy, but he also is very confident. He's a very confident guy.
He can get a little over confident. You have to keep him, yes. But he really, I can't say anybody. It's hard to say anybody deserves something, and I know maybe you wouldn't understand that. I'm just saying, like, who we are as human beings, we don't really deserve to have anything.
Nothing.
Because of who we are and who we were and where we came from, like scripturally, like from the Bible. But if anybody does, he has worked so hard.
He's a hard worker.
I mean, he has been out front here and on the side of the house. I mean, you just hear the hammer going.
Constantly.
I mean, there's no nail guns. He has a small circular saw, and we're using just a couple of hand power tools, but the hammers are just going, swinging, and it's cool. We just hear it going for the last like 2 weeks here. Boom, 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 all day long.
Yeah.
So, and he's built how many beds now? He must have put together, 40 beds, 50 beds?
I don't even know.
Something.
I'm keeping track of them all to tell. I want Brooke to do a community post when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Like, how many garden beds did Joshua build? Because it's crazy.
Right.
It's craziness. I think right now, this minute, we have like 22 sitting waiting to be picked up.
Yep.
Yeah,
we have a whole front yard full of gardens.
So not only do we have the car dealership, now we have a garden bed business in our front yard, and
we have cars parked in our front yard for sale, and we have our cars parked here, and now we have garden beds parked in the front yard.
Yeah,
But you know what? It's really cool to look out and see all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's all about, really. Is we've run our own businesses for about the last 20, 25 years, and. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, That's what I teach my children, to be their own boss. You get to call the shots. You don't have to answer to anybody. And we haven't looked back. I mean,
and if they choose to do something different, we support them too.
I mean, and that's not for everybody. It was just for us. And our kids seem to be jumping on board with it.
So M says, I like the confident ones. And, I do too. Like, there's that line of like pride and confidence that has to be harnessed really well. But when I look at Joshua, I see how a child brought up in the promises of the Father doesn't struggle with the same doubts and the way that we do things in our mind, where we second guess ourselves and we go, oh no, why did I do that? He doesn't do that. And that's beautiful.
There's no fear of failure with him. He doesn't even think about it, I don't think. He just does what's put in front of him and just goes with it. And that's faith. That is faith right there. Not worrying, no fear, just moving through what the Father has put in front of him. And that's really, if we could all be there, whew.
And he is the funniest person in the house.
He is.
He has always been the funniest person in the house.
He is.
So, M says that we should get them to come for a garden bed and then sell them a car. We've seen some people looking at cars when they're picking up the garden bed.
I wished I could do that, but I don't like to mix businesses like that. And I don't push anybody to buy a car. Like, if you need a car, you want to buy it. I'm not your typical used car salesman. I'm a mechanic by trade. So I buy cars and fix them up, and then I just put them out in the front yard, and they're all paid for. There's no finance plan here, and there's no finance plan to my buyers either. Like, you come with cash, you get a car, done deal.
You get a car that's good.
You get a car that's good because I've just fixed the whole thing for you. Like,
bye, Dan. Thank you for joining us.
See ya. So, I mean, we fix them all up, make them nice. We needed a used car a few years ago, and we went out and we were like, is this the competition out there? Because the cars were terrible. We couldn't even find a good used car.
We couldn't find a good cash car.
And I'm a mechanic. Like, I looked literally everywhere. We went to how many places?
So many dealers.
We must have went
to
15.
When Brooke got her license.
Right, it was for Brooke. Must have went to 15 places. I'm like, I can't even find a good car. We wound up going to a new car dealer
to get a car.
To get a used car.
For cash. And they didn't like that we wanted to pay cash.
No, they wanted to finance it. Everybody wanted to finance it. If we walked in with cash, nobody wants you to pay cash
And
anymore.
when we started our car dealership and we were like, well, we're only going to take cash, it was like, are people really going to buy cars from us? And we are now on car number 60,
I think. I have over 60 cars that I've bought. I have, and I only do a few at a time. Like, I'll do like 4 or 5 at a time. But
so apparently there are other people that pay cash for cars.
I mean, we sold like 50 some cars, almost 60 cars now in the last couple of years. So, it's a good side business that we're trying to make a full-time business.
That'll be good.
Scotty wants to know what's the next business adventure.
None. There's none right now.
Well, you know what? She can say none right now, but it depends on what the Father puts in front of us. Really. It's up to Him. It's all up to Him. We don't decide.
Well, if you need cars in the future and you want to make a drive, we'll find you your car.
We'll find you a car. Yep.
What else here? I mean, as far as business ventures, so I'm going to be honest. Aside from helping Brian with his businesses, because he has another one as well, but that's online that he does. He works with dealerships and does work for the dealerships. So I help with both of those businesses. I help Brooke with these channels that are hers and that her and Brian did this together, but
we started it.
Brooke
she
really
kind of
does
took off with it. So
so I help her with that. I help Bailey with hers. I've been taking all of Joshua's appointments and scheduling all of that. And then the kids came to me today. Our 10-year-old is now going to start making earrings that she's going to sell on Bailey's Etsy. So I am now also doing that.
Yes.
So as far as any more business ventures, I think the children and have to wait. If Brian says we have to start another business, of course I will honor that. But I'm going to plead with him very nicely not to start any more businesses.
Nothing in the works right now, but like I said, you never know. I think they asked what kind of cars.
Yes. Em wants to know what kind of cars. Okay, so you should definitely touch on the transmission thing. That always seems to be an issue.
Don't buy a car with a CVT transmission. Make sure it has gears, like 4-speed, 5-speed, 6-speed.
Right, it can be automatic.
I don't care what it
Right,
is.
that's not a confusing.
But we
that's
had horrible experience, and so have countless other people, especially Nissan. Yeah. Nissan has to be one of the worst for transmissions, CVT transmissions. What do I prefer to work on?
Toyota?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like working on the trucks, like the smaller trucks. I have a 2500 diesel here right now, and that thing was a bear. Like, we did a lot of work to it, and we did a lot of front end work to it, and it was tough. But the like 150s and stuff, we love like knocking out ball joints and stuff like that in them. And 2 of my guys will be right there with me, hands greasy.
Yeah. But little did we know when we bought that truck that it was like a coveted. Like you should. We have never had so much interest in a truck, but nobody can afford it.
Yeah.
But we have had so much. That's crazy.
Man.
How many people want this truck?
Everybody wants it, but nobody has the money. Everybody wants to trade me something for it. I've had so many crazy trades thrown at me. Harley Davidsons.
Yeah, we've been offered every trade possible.
And it's like, I don't want the money. Like I got a lot of money in this truck. I want my money back.
Right.
I put thousands of dollars into this truck to make it what it is. So that's that one. Y'all might have seen me.
They saw Brooke trying to get in it.
That's the one, Brooke. It's like 6-inch lift and 35-inch tires, and it's a cool truck.
We went out in it the other day, and I'm the tallest in the family, and I still needed a step stool.
Yeah, we got her a step stool out. So, it doesn't have side steps, but I don't want to put that stuff on it. I want somebody to put their own side steps on it, what they want. So
I was out with you and the 3 boys, and they're like, let's take the truck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, but grab a step stool because mama ain't jumping.
But it's cool. It's a cool truck. We love having it around. I've driven it a lot. So it's been it's been the baby around here. It's been here a while. Since like September. We knew it was a project. I bought it cheap, and it needed a lot of work, and we knew it. But now, like mid-December, I finally got it done.
Yep, and it has been by far the most popular vehicle.
Yeah.
So many people.
And it's good for business because it brings a lot of foot traffic. People like to look at stuff like that, so it's brought a lot of people in.
I have a feeling when income tax refunds hit, I think like in a week or 2, it'll be gone.
Somebody already told me like a month ago, they said, you should put that out when income tax starts coming out. And I'm like, well, I'll put it out when it's done. And it's been done. It got done right before Christmas, and I knew I wasn't going to sell it before Christmas, but I put it out there anyhow. It's out in the front row out here, and it's been crazy popular. My most popular car by far.
The funniest thing is we have an SUV here too, out right now, and I think that there have actually been some men that have convinced their wives to stop to look at the SUV. So that they can then look at the truck. Every truck guy wants this thing. Yeah. So.
It is a Texas truck, yes.
It
is definitely a Texas truck.
I mean, it's diesel 4x4, like you name it, and it's loud and obnoxious and
big tires.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all about Texas.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
Cool.
Some parents
but it's, honestly, it's a little too, it's not me anymore. If I was 20 years younger, maybe we talked about keeping it, but it's not. If it didn't have the lift on it, I would have definitely kept it in a minute, but to tear down the 6-inch lift.
We've talked about keeping it though and putting steps on it.
We did.
which would help.
Who knows? It may happen.
Because we do have a young man that's going to be moving up and...
Yeah.
The question is, can you even take that to do a drive-in
We'll
test?
You can't take it for a drive. He would have to take his test in something smaller. But
no, they're going to look at him and laugh if he brings that to a
WX Watcher said, thank you for the transmission tip. I will avoid CVT going forward. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Yep.
The Hondas and the Toyotas, the older ones, will last 300,000 miles if they're taken care of or more.
Yeah.
They're not as easy for you to work on, though. You have trouble sometimes working on some of those.
Yeah, they're a little finicky. Hondas can be, but they do last longer and they break less. When they do break, the parts cost a little more, and like I said, they're a little finicky. I don't really enjoy working on the imports as much. I'd rather work on the American cars.
Yeah.
American cars definitely are not as reliable, but people like them out here. Like I used to just try and sell the imports, and they just sit out here. The Hondas they'll sit here, and I'll get them once in a while if I get a good deal on them. Like I'll take any decent car that I get a deal on and I think is going to last, and we can make some money on it. But the imports, people don't. We're out in the country. People are like Ford, Chevy, Dodge. So we're learning like there's a niche out here, and it's in Ford SUVs.
They do like the
my Ford SUV, I can't even. People are buying them when I'm sitting back here working on them. Like
they do.
I seriously have had a handful of Ford SUVs, Edges, Escapes, that will sell. I don't even have to put stickers on them. Yeah. People are putting money down on them before I'm even done with them.
Right.
So.
And I want to point out, if you write this down, it's called the Fixed App, FIXDAPP.com. So Brian did a whole series with them, going through the best and worst years of pretty much every car.
Yeah.
So if you go online and look that up, we didn't get anything from them to say this. I'm just saying.
No, we're not an affiliate of them.
Brian sat and did the research with them on the best and worst years of everything, and it wasn't just your regurgitated information. They actually used the little OBD scanner that they sell and took in the reports from consumers and picked out which years struggle with engine troubles, which years struggle with transmission troubles. So when you're buying a car, go on there. You can even probably find some of his articles on there.
Yeah.
And look up which years had the worst problems.
Yep.
You don't want to trust everything that you find on the internet. That's why I'm pointing you to that, because they actually use data to come up with that information.
It came from, and it also came, they had two categories that they took that from. They took it from the Fixed app itself, but then they took it from real live people also and combined the stats to get the best and worst cars. So it wasn't just the app, it was the actual people chiming in on that too, like what they liked, what they didn't like. Yeah. So, and you can always, the people that follow us closely, man, if you have any car questions,
just write us.
Just get a hold of us, and I'll gladly answer any car question. I've been a mechanic for years and years. I was an ASE certified master technician.
He actually writes ASE tests, practice tests for a company. So he's sort of like the go-to guy on the ASE stuff.
Yeah, ASE stuff, and
that's why dealerships pay him for consulting.
Yep.
So, okay, so WX Watcher says, wow, we would take the Hondas and Toyotas in the Carolinas. Samuel said Broncos come to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Broncos. And M says that they love Toyotas. Yeah, we had a Toyota minivan for a long time.
Yeah, we had a Sienna.
Yeah, it was nice. Great. It was great.
The Camrys run good. We like the Camrys. They don't use as much CVT. And the older Nissans are okay. Just make sure they have real gears in them. Because those belts and pulleys and those CVTs just do not last. And they'll start going on you at 50, 60,000 miles, some of them. So you don't want to mess around with them. They're $5,000 to fix. So if you get a $5,000 car and the tranny goes in one of those Nissans, the car's junk. I mean, it's not even worth fixing.
So do you have any published literature or curriculum available online? Anything that you've written or shared?
Oh.
So Brian's a published writer for eBay Motors.
Yep.
Published the Fixed app, Consumer Affairs.
Yep.
I'm trying to think.
What would be relevant to them? I did a lot of writing for like warranty companies and lemon lawyers and
about the
stuff that wouldn't really be relevant to y'all.
Right.
But Motor One.
Oh, Motor One. He was a writer for Motor One.
Motor One, yeah.
I mean, if you search any of those sites, eBay
Yeah.
Motors,
I'll come up in there. Yeah.
if you search them in Google, like eBay Motors Brian Jones, you'll get all his articles. It's really easy to find all of them.
Done a lot for eBay.
Yeah.
A lot for eBay and Motor One.
We used to work a lot for Motor One. Yeah.
And
they took all their writing in house, so then we stopped consulting with them. But yeah.
I mean, I've done writing for countless companies, and
that's Brian's actual main business.
Yeah, a lot of it was just for dealerships. We have a string of dealerships that we did writing for out in the Southwest. But it wasn't really relevant. It was more like blogs, like,
why you want to buy this car,
or how often to change your oil, and winter maintenance and stuff like that. So,
but your eBay articles, your eBay Motor articles are like how to, and a lot of that is like maintenance stuff, like how to change your oil, how to change your spark plugs, how to. Yeah. You did a whole series for them on that.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
But yeah, I mean, if y'all have any questions, it's better just to.
M says, do you like writing as much as the actual mechanics? Brian doesn't like writing.
No.
In fact, I normally take his ideas and do the writing part of it.
Yeah, because I'm not so much a writer as I have the knowledge.
Yeah.
So we worked well together because she knows SEO. So she could tweak the articles. So, and then I edit them. I'll edit them. Yeah. I put the ideas down, let her know what they are. She puts it into writing, and then she'll tweak it for SEO, and then I get it back. I edit it, give it back to her. She finalizes it, and then it's out the door. So it works really well because we go back and forth with the article, and I get to proofread it and check it for factual. For. Sure.
But even that business has slowed down a lot as people move to AI.
Yeah.
Everything is being written by AI anymore. Yep. So
we're actually working with a company right now that's trying to tweak their business to be more AI oriented. So we're trying to help them.
We're helping them stop paying us.
We basically, but it's like what am I supposed to do? Tell them no? I've been working for them for years, so I don't want to tell them no. Yeah. But there's a lot of AI it's not working out the way people thought it was going to.
Don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Man, please don't ask AI because...
Don't even ask Google how to do something with your car. It'll probably be wrong.
AI, literally, what it does is when you punch something into an AI-generated app like we'll say Chat GPT, because everybody pretty much probably heard of that before. You punch that in, it pulls from all kinds of different websites and just throws the information together.
Yeah.
So it doesn't know if that information is actually correct or not. It'll pull whatever. Yeah. So, anyways,
all right. Well, we have been on for more than an hour, and we have a garden bed pickup coming up.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah. And a cupcake delivery.
Oh,
so,
is she bringing cupcakes?
Yeah, so Brooke actually got a bunch of garden bed orders from Instagram and TikTok.
It went viral on Facebook.
It went viral, apparently, the one message. So a lot of our followers, I think she's talking about the AI, not the garden bed pickups.
That could be scary too, depending on who's coming.
So anyway, a bunch of our followers on there have ordered garden beds, and one of them is not only driving 2 hours tonight to pick up garden beds, but also bringing cupcakes. So she will probably be Joshua's favorite customer.
He has been waiting for this woman to
show up. I think every day he has been like, are we getting cupcakes?
Yeah. She contacted us over the weekend sometime, and he's been talking about these cupcakes ever since.
Yeah.
So.
I have someone I'm talking to now who's literally considering making a 4-hour round trip to come get these beds.
Yeah, but we have been on a long time, so you guys will have to let us know. Do you prefer the standard Wednesday chats where we post the video, or do you want us to go live more?
Live.
Come on, Mom, you can do it.
I talked her into this.
He did talk me into it.
I think we should go live.
And it's funny because once I get talking, I talk.
Yeah.
And so that's fine. But I dread doing it.
Yeah. Yep.
Go live more, says Scotty.
All right, brother.
I think that you guys
We'll
should
do
go
it.
live more. It means that I don't have to do the whole put the file into the editor, process the entire thing, then upload it to YouTube, title, thumbnail.
Brooke would like us to
description.
go live so she can do less work. Do vertical live. No, Bailey, shh. I'll leave you with 8 kids longer. Do you want to be left with 8 kids longer?
She's
Do
still
vertical
chanting.
live. Do vertical live.
We are gonna delete you for spamming.
Yeah. We're gonna put you in timeout.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get going. It was so cool to connect with you guys this way.
Thank you for joining
We
us.
do love all of you very much.
Yeah, we do.
We talk about
Y'all
you.
are like part of our extended family.
You are. Brian and I
Yeah.
don't really have
Yep.
family, and
Nope.
we talk about it often. You guys have a lot of you have become family to us. So
Yeah, we have family all over the country now.
yeah, we do. All
and
over
y'all
the
have
world.
family in Texas.
Samuel's not in the country.
Yeah.
We have other people that are not in the country. So not just our country.
Yeah. Samuel wants vertical too.
Oh, one thing.
Oh.
Thank you, Samuel,
Oh,
for
look.
following our X profile.
Oh, Brooke's, I don't know if you guys can hear Brooke, but she said, thank you, Samuel, for following our X profile. I think you're our one and only follower.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's talking
Well,
about.
we were having some trouble
was having X
getting that off the
problems.
ground, and now that it's off the ground, you're our first follower. We thank
Very
you
fun.
for that.
Follower
That's
number
awesome.
1.
Yep, follower number 1. I'll try it. Sure. There you go.
All
Cool,
right.
man. We would really appreciate that.
You all have a good night while I try and figure out how to turn the camera off.
There's an X in the corner.
Oh, all right. Good night, y'all. See you later.
See y'all. Have a good night.